Alright, so here's the wire that came off. Must have snagged on something last night, I think, when we were driving into the park. And I think that happened just because a lot of these wires actually hang down low. So it took me all day, but I was able to fix the camper. As you can see, the slide out goes all the way out now. And just to kind of explain exactly what happened, and I think this would be good for anyone who does have a camper with a slide out, is underneath the camper here. The wire that actually came apart was specifically for the lights, so that was just to power the lights. But there was also another wire that is right here, if you can see it, that went up to power the motor, and that was actually just a simple plug-in. It had come unplugged. If you have a camper with a slide out, I do recommend that you take a look at these wires that are underneath and just make sure that they're attached up really well so that you don't run into the same problem as me and it doesn't catch on anything as you're driving. And because it can be quite frustrating, especially if you arrive at a campground late at night and your slide won't go out, you can't access your washroom, and yeah. So anyways, all fixed up, good to go. So here we are at
Holly River State Park.
And this is a really, really beautiful park. It's like parked between these, I'll give you a 360. It's like parked in the middle of these huge hills. So it's kind of in a gully, and because of that, the sun actually just went down for us, even though it's only like,
It's 3:30.
3:30?
And I should mention, we're in West Virginia.
Yes.
Yes, we're in West Virginia.
And the road to get in here
Was insane.
was totally insane.
It was like a snake.
The
Yeah.
trailer was tipped to the side as we were going around corners.
Yeah.
There was like a different speed sign every 2 seconds.
But meanwhile, the locals were like zzz, and passing us and stuff.
Yeah.
So we're clearly newbies here.
And,
but with all that said, it was very fun.
it was fun. It was adventurous.
It was adventurous. It aided in the trip.
If you've ever watched the Goof Troop movie where they go on a camping adventure, it was very similar. Yeah.
So let's show them where our camper is.
Yeah, we'll show you where our camper is. So we totally lucked out because there was actually nobody here at the park when we got in. So they parked us
in a
handicap spot right beside the shower room, which is super, super sweet because they have really great showers here and laundry and you can see just how close the trees are. It was a bit of a, actually, if you look over here, you'll see how close the trees were to driving in and around everything. And whoa, yeah, and these trees are huge. Like, look at the size of this tree. Wow. And the thing about videos, it just doesn't do justice to the angle of these hills. But it's just so cool how this park is parked right in the middle of this little gully between hills. So here's the Holly River, right beside the entrance to the park.
Those look like rhododendrons. Yeah.
And the river goes all the way down. And you can see our camper way back there in the distance.
Very pretty.
And this is where we got our firewood.
There's actually a phone booth.
And in case there's an emergency, there's a phone booth. Because they don't actually have cell service here.
No cell service, only Wi-Fi.
Yep.
Really good Wi-Fi.
Really, really good at Wi-Fi.
And if we were here earlier in the year, like in summer, this would be a really nice place to be for longer than a few days, because we're only here for 2 nights. So if we were here for a week, you'd have free Wi-Fi, and it's so beautiful and quiet.
Yeah, and we haven't even found any of the trails yet.
No.
I'm sure there's lots of trails around here. But there's this cute little bridge here.
So another thing that's really cool about being here this weekend is that tonight is actually a full moon. It's a beaver moon, and it's a lunar eclipse. So we're going to have a fire. We're hoping to have a fire. And we also got a bottle of West Virginia authentic wine.
Yeah. And
We might bring you along.
yeah. So we found this little trail, and we're just going to kind of go up it and see what we see.
Is it a trail?
I don't know. We're going to see if it's a trail first. So it's kind of hard to tell that it's a trail because of the leaves, but it goes up this mountain here. I don't know if it's... Is this considered a mountain or a big hill?
I'd call it a mountain.
Okay.
With lots of hills.
Yeah. So that's where we came from. The one thing about video is that it never really does justice when it comes to elevation angles. Cool.
The sizes go up. It doesn't even look like
Oh,
you could
cool.
go up.
High Rock Trail.
I don't know if I should take
Revere
advice.
Trail. Again, the thing about recording is it just does not do justice. That's definitely a 45-degree angle going straight up.
Is the trail under the trees? I think so.
Yep.
Do you think it goes back down?
Probably the way we came. You can't probably see it with the camera, but I'm looking straight at the sun right now. So we're getting up high enough to begin to see the sun again. You can kind of see the angle of the hill from here.
Definitely steep.
There's the sun as it goes down around over the hill.
Oh, it's pretty.
And up there, I'm assuming, is the High Rock. And Amy's trekking on. We don't really have the right shoes on for this. We forgot to put on our hiking shoes. But again, I think High Rock is just right there. So, here we go. So we made it pretty much to the top. Amy's going for it. And that might give you an idea of the angle here. But this is one very high, very, very steep hill. I understand why it's called Big Rock. You can see how it just curves down from here. So she's up there, so I think I'll just go see if I can join her. We made it.
As far as we want to.
As far as we would like to go. It looks like it goes just a little bit further.
But I don't know how far it goes.
But we're not sure exactly. So we're going to stop right here. And
To go back down.
I think we can safely say that we made it to the top of High Rock.
Yay!
And now we got to go back down.
Slowly.
What do we have here? Am,
that's just your mama.
you going for a walk? Yep,
She's an explorer.
she is.
Where are we going, Em?
Where you going?
Where are we going?
Oh, none underneath.
Nope, not going there, Em. Come on. Ooh, it's dark.
We're alive. We've survived the trail. Now it's only 5:30.
Coming down the mountain was a lot trickier than going up, especially with all the leaves.
Yeah.
And we really didn't wear the right footwear, so we're going to be more prepared next time we go on a hike.
We checked for ticks after. Because you never know. Yep.
But it was an enjoyable hike, and if we had a chance to come back here again, we definitely would.
Well, for a lot longer too. We don't
maybe.
have enough time.
No.
No.
So you can see our fire we got going here. And this is how we plan to enjoy most evenings when we can.
We have some West Virginia authentic
Homemade wine, I believe.
Is it homemade?
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like a black cherry or something like that.
I don't think it's homemade.
So cheers
Cheers.
to another successful day camping. All right. Talk to you soon.